A man realizes that he has the power to slow down time. Will he abuse his powers, or will he use it to achieve love from a girl that he really likes? You'll have to stick around to the end to see how the whole story unfolds. Hello and welcome to Comedy Recap. Today we will give you a recap of the film Cashback. Spoilers ahead, obviously. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. The movie opens with Ben opening up about the tumultuous nature of his relationship with his first girlfriend. He recounts the instances of abuse he faced at her hands and how it affected him. The scene then shifts to the high school cafeteria where Ben is getting food. As he's filling up his plate, he spots his ex-girlfriend sitting with another man, laughing and having a good time. This sight makes Ben feel a mix of jealousy and anger, as he still has feelings for her and can't bear to see her with someone else. He then walks over to where his friend Sean is sitting and joins him at the table. Sean, sensing his friend's distress, tries to comfort Ben and encourage him to forget about his ex and start looking for someone new. Sean tells him that it's time for him to move on and focus on finding someone who will treat him with the respect and love he deserves. After his conversation with Sean, Ben moves on to his art class. The class takes an unexpected turn when a naked man walks into the room and the students are instructed to sketch his figure. However, Ben is drawn to the beautiful girl Sharon, who is seated across the room, and instead decides to sketch her. After class, Ben returns to his hostel, and his thoughts once again drift to his ex-girlfriend. He becomes overwhelmed with emotions and decides to call her, Susie, to ask her if she was happy with her new boyfriend. Susie confirms that she is satisfied, but refuses to elaborate further before hanging up the phone. The conversation only fuels Ben's feelings of jealousy and resentment. In an attempt to move on, Ben goes back to his room and burns all the mementos and memories of Susie that he has kept over the course of their relationship. He wants to let go of his past and start fresh. After burning all the memories of Susie, Ben finally realized that he was the artist of his own future, and it was time to paint a new masterpiece. The next day, he tried to start concentrating more on himself and his work, but usually got caught thinking about her. He then went to a supermarket and joined their workforce for night shifts. Sharon from his art class came and appears to also work at the supermarket. We then get introduced to Barry and Matt, who both were a menace at the store, but they were kept there due to their clever skills of selling products.
Look.
Ben now tells us that to speed up time, he used his imagination to slow everything down. He then walked through the aisle while everyone was paused in their places. He then told us a story about his fascination with women's body, where when he was little, he saw a naked woman walking straight to her room upstairs. This event sparked something inside of him and made him tempted for them. Back to Ben walking down the aisle. He started to undress women and drew them on his drawing pad, capturing every detail and angle that they had. Ben had been feeling quite down lately as he kept having reoccurring dreams about his ex-girlfriend. He felt like he was stuck in the past and unable to move on. He decided to seek advice from his friend Sean and opened up to him about his struggles. Sean, being the straightforward person he is, had a simple solution for Ben's problem. He suggested that Ben should forget about his ex and try to sleep with their childhood neighbor, Natalie. Sean believed that this would help Ben move on and finally put his past behind him. A new guy got hired at the supermarket who was trained martial artist, and he quickly caught the attention of all the guys there, including Matt. Matt, who was trying to make a good impression, made a misstep and ended up embarrassing himself in front of the new guy. He tried to act cool and impress the new guy, but his attempts backfired and he ended up getting slapped. Despite the embarrassment, Matt tried to keep a positive shelf life and move on from this incident. Ben then tells us about an old memory about a girl, Tanya, in his class who he really liked after her teacher. Tanya sometime later got her arm injured and had it covered. After it getting healed, she got the cover off and had large grown hair on her arm, which made the other children make fun of her, except Ben, who was different and actually liked her. He approached her while she sat alone and asked her to be his girlfriend. They planned a kiss outside when no one was present, but Ben freaked out and ran while postponing the kiss. Unfortunately, the next day Tanya went with her family for vacation and never came back. This broke Ben's heart and made him sad. He then plays a game of chess and then opens up to Sean about his newfound crush on another girl. Why did Ben play chess before opening up to Sean? He wanted to make sure his feelings were in check. However, Ben is disheartened to learn that the girl already has a boyfriend, whom she takes pictures with and talks to frequently. The two friends continue to chat and pass the time. Later on, the boys are in their room when their boss bursts in, telling them that they need to prepare for an important match that is taking place on Sunday. The match is crucial as it will determine the reputation and dignity of their store. The coach emphasizes the importance of winning and urges the team to put in their best effort to secure a victory. Sunday came and the men were getting ready to play their match. Their boss tried to motivate them, but the guys were confused and not ready. Their boss then went to meet with the other coach who trash talked about his team and taunted his management of his so-called super team. The match began and the opposition went straight through their defense. Ben and his team kept getting thrashed and were down by 26 goals. The team then had a talk and coordinated this time to at least score once. Ben then got pumped and started dribbling insanely well. He got his chance and took the shot, which rebounded from the post. He then utilized his extraordinary ability to halt the flow of time and disappeared for a moment. He had gone to retrieve an energy drink for himself, hoping to recharge and gain a burst of energy. As he took a sip from the bottle, he suddenly heard a noise coming from the same room where he was. Ben's time-stopping abilities were put to the test when he heard a suspicious noise. It was a real timeout moment. With great caution, he searched the entire room, cautiously scanning every corner. Suddenly, he saw a figure in a hoodie dash away, quickly disappearing from view. This sudden realization hit him hard. He was no longer the only one with the power to stop time. This new development left him feeling uncertain and cautious, as he wondered who else might have this ability and what their intentions were. He then went back to the match, but it ended in disastrous fashion, with his boss getting severely injured and the team suffering a brutal loss. Despite the outcome, he remained focused and determined. After the match, he went to grab a coffee with Sharon and they began to discuss their personal lives. Sharon confounded him after receiving her breakup with her boyfriend, which filled Ben with excitement and newfound confidence. As they chatted, they both felt a strong connection, and their conversations flowed effortlessly. They were at ease with one another and felt comfortable in each other's company. As their coffee date came to an end, they both went back to their apartment and then leaned in for an awkward kiss on the cheek. The next day, they both met each other again when Sharon asked him out to a date for a party. Later, their boss called them in and told them about the birthday surprise party he was going to have at his house. He then ordered Ben to arrange for a stripper and gave him £200. Ben went back home and tried to get help. Sean decided to help him only if he gets to attend the party. They both then went to a bar and got a stripper for the party, which had cost them exactly £200. After his appointment, Ben returned to work at the shop where he once again ran into Sharon. She approached him and asked him if he would be her date for an upcoming party she was attending. Ben, feeling thrilled by the invitation, eagerly agreed. The night of the party arrived and everyone was getting dressed, trying on different outfits and having a good time. Ben made his way to Sharon's apartment where he picked her up and they headed to the party together. Once they arrived, Ben was taken aback when he saw his ex-girlfriend among the guests. He felt a wave of awkwardness wash over him, but he tried to push past it and approach her. They had a brief, stilted conversation, and then Ben introduced Sharon to his ex. Despite the awkwardness of the situation, Ben tried to keep his cool and enjoy the rest of the night with Sharon. He then went upstairs to use the washroom and confronted his ex Susie again. Susie apologized to him and felt sad about leaving him. She then proceeded to give him a kiss when Sharon caught them from down across the stairs. Ben then suddenly had pushed her back and stopped time again, only to realize that Sharon had caught them and about to leave. He tried to stop her while the time was still, but failed as time went by really fast and his ability to control time failed. Later, he went to her apartment again to apologize to her. As she opened her door to him, she started to complain and made him to leave. The following day, Ben had a scheduled appointment with someone, but upon arrival, the person denied having any prior knowledge of the meeting. Despite this initial setback, Ben remained optimistic and decided to give the person the benefit of the doubt. He showed the individual some of his drawings, which were met with great enthusiasm and appreciation. Encouraged by the positive response, Ben asked the person if he could bring in more of his work, to which the individual agreed, setting up a proper and confirmed appointment this time. Ben finally got a chance at an exhibition and had invited Sharon. As he was discussing about arranging another exhibition, Sharon came and realized that all of his paintings had her in it. She then met with Ben and was amazed at his creations. Ben felt that he had now finally captured her attention and decided to kiss her. Time froze again, and this time both Ben and Sharon were only able to move. He then took her outside through the crowd. After reaching outside and shoving through all the snow particles that were held mid-air in time, he kissed her again and finally felt normal again. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.